One of the other things that many people will remember is the town hall was on Saunders Street. The original town hall was on Saunders Street. Well, not the original. The original was in the Cultural Arts Center, and then the next one was on Saunders Street. And Miss Saunders lived across the road in a little white house, and it's now the parking lot there across from the police station. But every time that there was a thunderstorm, Miss Saunders would pack up her stuff, and she would go and sit in the police station lobby, and she would literally sit there for hours until that thunderstorm was over. And then she would just get up and leave and go back home. And she did that every thunderstorm until she passed away. And we all knew that she was coming over. We'd say, we could see her out the drive-through window. We'd say, hey, there comes Miss Saunders, it's thundering. You know, we knew she was going to come over to the town hall and sit. She didn't bother a soul, she just sat. I have a memory that started many, many years ago that is still happening today, and that is Buddy Holland. Buddy Holland, I don't know how old he is now. He's probably quite old, probably in his mid to late 80s, I would assume. But Buddy always he comes as soon as his bill is printed, or you know, he wants to pay his bill the day it comes out. And so he will call up to the office and he'll ask us, you know, well, is my bill ready? And we'll say yes. And so usually the next day he's driving his little orange VW up here, and he comes in and he'll always have some kind of joke or something that he tells. And one of the things he will say when he gets ready to leave, he says, well, you know, I'm gonna leave y'all alone. That's one thing the devil will never do. And you know, he's always got some kind of joke to tell, and he's always very comical, and everybody enjoys seeing Buddy. Hey, Mr. Buddy, how are you? So, and I'm sure there are many other people throughout town that that love to see Mr. Buddy out and around. Well, we made a transition a few years ago to where we had been having all of our records scanned by a professional company, outside company. They've been scanning our records, and they had been then bringing them back to us on a CD so that we could get rid of the paper copies. This was starting to get expensive, and it just wasn't the best way. So we decided that looked for like Laserfish, and decided, hey, this is a electronic repository. We think the town, you know, our department, we were really thinking about just our department at first and saying, you know, we really think we need to move in this direction because it would really be beneficial for us to be able to pull something up quickly rather than the way we were having to do it. And we also felt like that it would pay for itself eventually, because we already had a budget for the vendor that was doing it. So there was no additional cost, so to speak. So we agreed, we got IT involved, and we agreed that we were gonna be the beta testers. Our department was gonna be the beta testers for Laserfish. And we did that, and that went pretty well. But then we decided that we were gonna do Laserfish forms, and that we were actually gonna have our forms linked to workflows, and so that we could more efficiently handle our connections and disconnection forms for utility services and many other things like bank drafting. And there's a bunch of forms out there that the customer can actually fill out that form. It comes to us, and then it goes through the workflow for processing, and it can be pulled up within a second if we need to look at something. So we did that, and it was a painful process. It was a big learning curve. We had some tweaks that we had to make, and I had said to the staff, please just trust me, we're gonna tweak it as we go along. We're gonna pull the trigger on we're gonna push forward, but there will be some tweaks, and we're gonna get to them. They didn't like that a whole lot. That was difficult for them, and I understood why. But that was a real pain point for us. And then a little short after that, we decided to pull the plug on our New World work orders, and we decided to start using CityWorks service request. And that really didn't go over well with the staff. A lot of changes in a quick turnaround and a quick time frame. But now, after we got settled, now they love the process. Now they see the benefits of the process, and they are very supportive of it. And they were before. It was just a little, the implementation was just a little stressful. We definitely did have some things that had to be, fixed as we went along. But it really has been very beneficial for us. And now Laserfish is used throughout town by all of the departments, and I think it was a good thing for our records retention. And we also have a really great way of archiving and actually purging our records when the retention schedule says that we can. So it's been very helpful, I think, to the town to have it town-wide. We keep adding new forms every day, and we feel like that makes it more, it makes it easier for a customer because they can do everything online. Well, for one, I've been here for quite some time. I've lived in Apex for 21 years, but I've worked here as well. I've just felt such a connection because I've had the unique experience of working and living here at the same time. I've seen how the town has changed and grown. I've seen the positive things that happen. I've seen a few negative things that have happened. It just feels good to be here. My husband and I were talking about maybe after I retire moving somewhere else, and we took a trip a few months ago actually, and we spent some time in other parts of North Carolina, just kind of visiting different towns and everything. And I got back and I said, I don't want to live anywhere else. And he's like, I don't either. And we love the downtown. It's just home to me. The people are fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of wonderful people here, and there's people from all over the world. So it's an opportunity to meet people that have different experiences, different cultures, and I personally find that fun and exciting. That's a great part of this. It's a town that's safe. It's a town that the council and the administration have a desire to keep our quality of life at its highest, and they're always working toward that. And I appreciate that. I think we have, our tax base is good. We don't have high taxes here compared to some other towns. We do a good job with that. I hope that we attract more businesses, and I know that we're working on that. And there's been a really concerted effort over the last few years with that, and I think they've done a good job. So it's just home to me. It's just home. I would hope that Apex would stay a safe place to live. I would hope that we would continue to support our parks, and I would hope that there would be, even more facilities here, like maybe soccer facilities. I would hope that there would be a better portal for me when I pay my bill, that the portal would actually be a tool that could maybe remind me to pay my bill or tell me when I've gone over a certain dollar amount on my bill, warn me that if my lights were going to be disconnected for non-payment. I would like to see, there be assistance with helping me with my, just managing my utility account. So I think that would be important. I think that the town needs to preserve our trees. I see many subdivisions being just totally leveled with no tree in sight. Or either that they plant trees that are not nearly as mature as what we had previously. Just a real trend of knocking down every tree, and I wouldn't call myself a tree hugger, but I do like the aesthetics of having mature trees around, and I think it makes a beautiful city and town. So I would like to see more done in that vein. I know that we do have a concern about that, and I know that some people are addressing that, but I'd really like for that to maybe come to the forefront. As I end my 34 years here at the town of Apex, I would like to say that I really appreciated my time here. This has been good for me and for my family. I used to be able to go to my daughter's school and see her little plays or whatever, and then jump right back to Apex. So that's a really good thing to be so close to work and home. And I'd also like to say that I'm very appreciative of all the people that work here that have helped me in all the years I've been here. There's been so many people that have supported me. Certainly the customer service staff, the accounting staff has been there for me. I've had just so many departments that will jump to help me, and I can't tell you how much that support means to me. It's been just invaluable. I mean, I think that's one of the special things about Apex is that people are so helpful and that they do want to, support their coworkers and what they're doing, and it doesn't matter if they have to make a sacrifice to make that, to do that. And I like that about the people here. There's just a great group of folks. I can't think of anyone here that I haven't enjoyed working with.